In this video, I'm going to discuss things that players need to know, especially new players when coming into Rainbow Six. A lot of people pick this game up over Christmas, and I'm going to give you guys some tips, like a lot of tips. It's going to be an in-depth, basic guide for Rainbow Six Siege. And if you guys learn anything and you pick up on some stuff, leave a like. And I also want to mention that this guide is off of Reddit. It's by Harrow Schultz. I'll have that in the link down below. So let's get right into it. Real quick, I'm going to say what this game is. This game is a 5v5 realistic modern shooter. It's similar to games like Counter-Strike, varying from different situations like hostage rescue, area securing, and bomb defusal. And what it is they like to play it off as it's a realistic reality simulator where anything goes. So let's get right into the mechanics. So now I'm going to be going over the mechanics, and to start off, headshots is the main mechanic in this thing. Every weapon that shoots a bullet and hits you in the head will kill you, no matter what. Every single gun in the game, a 9mm handgun or a headshot, it'll kill you. So what does that mean for you? You need to get headshots, and you need to aim for the head to win firefights. And that is the skill cap in this game, is aiming for the head and knowing how to do that and what guns will do best for you in that situation. Another fundamental mechanic of this game is communication, and I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the most important factors in Rainbow Six Siege. Teamwork makes the dream work, ladies and gentlemen. Communication can let your teammate know when an enemy is right behind a wall, a corner, or behind your teammate themselves. Communication helps tie together and execute strategies to get advantage over the enemy team and outplay them to obtain a victory. Never be afraid to talk to your teammates. You may just save their life and your own life. In Rainbow Six Siege, each side gets a specific set of guns. Like, for example, the attacking gets assault rifles, DMRs, LMGs, and occasionally shotguns with higher damage and recoil, while the defenders are given SMGs and shotguns with lower damage and recoil. All operators share the same sidearms with their fellow CTU operators, and they're all given special utilities. And a big list of those would be breaching charges. Obviously, those blow up holes on destroyable walls. Smoke grenades, they create a smoke field to block vision. Flashbangs, frag grenades, claymores, stun grenades. Nitrocell. Nitrocells are pretty much C4 that can be throwable. That creates a deadly explosion. Impact grenades, barbed wire, and a deployable shield. Every utility has its use and situation. Depending on what map or area you're defending or attacking, every operator has a unique gadget or ability that is only accessible by them. In a certain way, example, Buck, Ash, and Sledge are all breaching operators, but do it in various ways. Buck uses an underbarrel shotgun to make murder holes in walls, ceilings, and floors. Sledge uses a sledgehammer to destroy walls and hatches, and Ash uses a 2-shot breaching launcher to destroy barricades, hatches, and walls. Same goal accomplished in a different way. Another basic mechanic of Siege is friendly fire. Friendly fire is always active in Rainbow Six Siege. Friendly fire's damage is slightly reduced, but except for headshots. Headshots are still a one-shot, one-kill. And another tip for you guys is to always try to play with your friends, or if you're in a toxic game with randoms, just try to leave unless it's ranked, obviously. In Rainbow Six Siege, there are 3 game modes. It is secure area, hostage rescue, and bomb defusal. They sound pretty self-explanatory, but secure area is you go into an area and you have to secure it for a certain amount of time while no one else is in there besides your teammates. Hostage rescue, you have to enter the building, get the hostage, and you have to exit the perimeter with the hostage still in hand. And bomb defusal, you have to go in and you have to place a defusal kit and then wait for the defusal kit to run out of time, and then you win the round. So now I'm going to give you a few tips that will help you be better at the game, and just right off the bat, you'll know a few things. So number 1 is mouse sensitivity. Yours is probably too high. A good scale for the average player is center of the mouse pad to the edge should rotate you 180 degrees or less. This may feel weird, however it makes a world of a difference once you get used to it. This translates well into every game I've played so far. Many pros will even use lower sensitivities. I mean, me and you aren't pros here, but it really helps. And if you look at little things that the pros do, it'll translate so much better and make your game time much more enjoyable. So the next thing I want to go over is settings. If you can't run this game smoothly, turn down all the shadows, the fancy lights, and all of that. Keep in mind this only helps if you've got bad hardware. Like, for example, I would say the bare minimum is about 30 FPS to be playable. You need to aim for 60. 60 FPS is what makes what makes the game actually playable. Anything above 60 is just bragging rights unless you've got a 144 hertz monitor. I personally have a 95 hertz monitor, which is a little weird, so I usually shoot for around 95 hertz. So shoot for what your monitor can actually display. And most monitors are usually about 60, so shoot for 60. Another step is situational awareness. Turn off the music, not low, I mean off. Turn up the sound to the highest comfortable level. When nothing is going on, listen. Just sit there quietly and listen. Set up a keybind that mutes your friends in Discord, TeamSpeak, or whatever you're using. If you're using Skype, I recommend switching to another service in order to gain the ability to set keybinds. If your friends are being noisy or talking about some random shit, don't be afraid to mute them. Footsteps are critical in this game, as are gadget deployments. Sometimes you can even shoot people through walls by guessing where they are just from their footsteps or gadget deployment. Don't only try to think of where the people are, but what they're doing. Be able to accurately guess what they're going to and where they're coming from. What their strategy is a massive bonus. You can use this to flank people, rearrange parts of the objective room, and most importantly, position yourself better. This skill comes mostly with time played and critical thinking skills. Unfortunately, some people are just better at this one than others. Another thing I want to stress is creativity. Come up with your own strategies. Knock holes in walls to watch angles people don't expect. Drop 5 people into the objective room at once by all standing on the hatch and breaking it. Don't be afraid to try stuff. Sometimes it works great, other times not so much. Bait people, make them think you'll peek from one direction but actually come from another. I mean, even use breaching charges, landmines. Use a frag grenade for a quick peek hole. Use fuses, pucks to clear the barbed wire and electronics out of the side of a room. The possibilities are endless. Honestly, just have fun with this game, and sometimes things will work and you'll get better at the game in general. And the last part of this video is just how to not piss off Siege players 101. And these are just going to be little tips that you could do with like situational operators and things that just make you better, and you'll not piss people off, and you'll know what you're doing, and you'll have the opportunity to win more. So for Rook, obviously drop all the armor the second the round begins. Just drop it so everyone can pick it up. And then Fuse, if you're not very experienced, just don't pick Fuse on hostage. He's pretty much useless. And if you place the charge anywhere near the hostage, you're likely going to lose the round. And then Castle's pretty much useless. But pretty much when people use Castle, you lock yourself in a room with a Fuse and you like hinder your whole team just by locking them in a room. It's awful. So just try not to play Castle unless you really, really know how to play him, or the situational places where he's really, really good. Any defenders, don't barricade your team into the objective the second the round starts. So it's similar with Castle. Like you just do that with Castle all the time. It's really annoying. And then reinforce walls. You'll obviously learn which ones are best and which ones not. Like kids' playroom, for example, you don't want to reinforce that. You just want to look at it. And then another tip is don't reinforce walls between bombs on bomb games. In fact, just open up all these walls with C4 or impact grenades if anyone has any. Just throw them out there. Just tell people that if they're reinforcing, tell them not to. You need to really do that. And then, like I said earlier, you don't want to reinforce kids' bedroom on house. If it's biohazard container, just open the walls and defend from the closet or construction. You'll lose every time if you try to do that. And then when you're camping prone or crouched, you want to try and stay still. I can't tell you how many times I've killed people just from hearing them kind of tussle a little bit. Like I'll hear and I will know they're there behind the wall just because that little bit of a tussle, and it has gotten them killed before. And then for down teammates, sometimes you want to use them as bait. You can pick them up when possible, but sometimes you want to, if you see a down teammate that you know is going to die, have them back up and use them as bait to pick off a kill and get the reward back, because you're losing a teammate there, so you might as well pick off one of them if you know you're going to lose them. And then Doc, check the player bar every once in a while. See a player low on health, give him a boost. Thermite, your job is to blow reinforced walls. Don't fail to do this for your team. Please at least blow something up before dying. And this is really stressful if you don't have a Habana or anything else. You really need to blow a hole in the wall there. And then for drones are really powerful. Even experienced players have a stupid fucking habit of getting the drone in the objective rooms at all costs and just getting the drone shot immediately. You don't need to do this. It will get destroyed 9 times out of 10. What you do is find the objective, and then hide the drone. Hiding that drone and then being able to use it later is extremely useful. And then another thing, and this one's a huge one for me, do not spot on the cams for no reason. Spot only if you tend to act on the marker or you're in a communication with a teammate that is about to wallbang him a few seconds later. You need to like use the cameras as a like, oh, there's a guy right there. He's walking down this hallway. If you spot them, the attacker immediately knows that he's looking at you, and they'll just shoot at the camera, especially with vault cams. Vault cams are much more hidden, and they don't know where they are, so they're not going to get shot 3 seconds later. So just don't spot on those. You want to use your voice, and you want to tell people where they are, so then you can actually learn it, like call outs, and you can learn hallways and more situational things there too. And then also want to realize the hostage takes damage, so don't shoot the hostage for a laugh. Also, if you're defending and the enemy team downs the hostage, do not fight to pick her up. It's the attacker's job to pick her up. And for the love of God, let the bitch die. The same goes vice versa. So if the attacker's down the hostage, just let her go and defend the hostage as if it was like a bomb or something like that. And like another tip is don't use laser sights. Apart from maybe like on shotguns and the shield operators, like they're awful. Like anyone that's new to the game automatically thinks that, oh, well, this is a buff to my gun, so why not use it? But the enemy can see laser sights from so far away, and you get killed so easily from those. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people just a little red laser poking out. So I'm like, oh, there's a guy coming. I just easily kill him, because you really shouldn't use hip firing in the game in the first place. It's just not a good idea. But if you guys made it this long, I hope you learned something. If you guys have any suggestions or other tips for Rainbow Six players down below, please inform me. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Thanks for watching.